Okay, and we're back. So, I hope everyone's doing well. We just finished playing through Blood French Meat 2, Episode 2, and I feel like playing some more first-person shooters. So, we're going to be playing some of this. What's this, you ask? Well, if it shows up on the screen over there, it is some Heretic Shadow of the Serpent Riders. It's not showing up. It doesn't feel like showing up. Okay, one moment. Let me just remove that. And I will get the capture again. Because it is a fickle thing, apparently. You going to show up now? There we go. That time. Yes, I have played through this before. Quite a few years ago now. Like 4 or 5 years ago, I did a full playthrough of this. But I liked the game a lot, so we're going to play it again. I don't know if this is going to be a full playthrough. But, you know, I felt like playing some more Heretic. So let's play some Heretic. We'll start new game, City of the Damned, and we'll play on, well, last time I believe I played on Black Plague Possesses Thee, because unlike Doom, enemies don't respawn. So we'll do that again. Does mean we're going to have to be conserving ammunition a fair bit. Let me find my buttons and all. There we go. Ah! And we'll continue on. We saw this level in French Meat 2. There we go. Okay. Also, that HUD is a little small. Let me scale it. Hmm. That's fine there. Okay. Nope, hang on, something's wrong there. I've done it wrong. Custom. No, hang on. I've messed with things and I've made them terrible. Okay. There. And then I want to scale the HUD. There we go. That's easy. Don't mess with the video mode. I know what I'm doing. I've used a computer before. Okay. Oh, hang on. One more thing. We need to control... No, not controller. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Because I like having run be on. There we go. Ah! So you'll see a Black Plague possesses thee. The enemies attack very quickly and they move very fast. Let me turn up the sound a bit. So I do like the music in this game. There we go. Again, we're playing this in GZ Doom, so I can jump. Which has the potential to break the flow of the levels. I'm not overly concerned with that. Oh, we can also duck, I think. Yeah, there we go. Which will break parts of the levels. I'll go for finding all the secrets again. I don't remember where they all are. That might take a little bit. show the staff a little bit. Ow. Okay, that's enough of the staff. So if you haven't seen Heretic before, this is one of the games based on the Doom engine, not the build engine like Blood is. It's made by Raven Software, which made many a great game. And it is more than just being a fantasy Doom. For one thing, you actually have an inventory in this game. We picked up... No, we haven't picked up yet. We will pick up some health files, which are medkits which we can use whenever we want. We also have our staff to prod people with, and we have our magic wand, which is basically a pistol. Now we have the chainsaw, gauntlets of the necromancer. However, there's a lot more to it all than just being... there's a lot more to the weapons than just being reskins. Like, they're not just reskins. That's what I mean to say. Like, the wand seems like just a pistol, but it does magic damage, which is very important versus some enemies. The gauntlets of the necromancer, unlike the staff, also deal magic damage. Did I have an alt fire? Once I have power-ups? Yes! We might see that in this level, or maybe the next one, depending on whether I hoard the item. It's not a true alt fire like in Blood, but the weapons function differently based on whether you're using a power-up. There we go. Hello, welcome, welcome. Here, there's the item in question. I couldn't remember whether you kept one in this level. Tome of Power. What it does is when you use it, and we can see down there it went into our inventory, it powers up all of our weapons, gives them alternate functions, or sort of changes how they work a little bit. For the wand, it makes it shoot more projectiles for the same mana cost, I believe. For the gauntlets of the necromancer, how do I open that? It no? Okay. For the gauntlets of the necromancer, it makes them start draining life. Oh, did I miss a button? Missed a button. There we go. And we saw over there this thing, which is, I forget what it's called, spirit crossbow? Ethereal crossbow. It's a shotgun, but it's not hit scan. It fires 3 shots. The 2 outer ones are physical damage, and the central one with the little yellow on the green is magical. Again, that will be important later on. There we go. Actually, we can show the Tome of Power over here. There's our charged up wand. There's our charged up gauntlets. Ow. And there's our charged up crossbow. Becomes a fantastic room clearer. But yeah, I like Doom a lot. Heretic's my favorite of the Doom engine games. I think it's got a lot. It's got a lot of interesting sort of extra little mechanics between the enemies and all. And the levels are very nicely done as well. Why don't we tie 6 wands together and cycle fire them? Yeah. Magic gets shirty when you try to be smart with it. Damn game system's not letting you have your one chain gun. We do kind of get a chain gun later on, but it's quite noisy. There we go. All enemies. Here we go to the dungeons. You prefer Hexen? The character classes are nice. You're not good with Hexen. Find switches and keys. You would like Hexen more if it was not for that. The beginning of Hexen is really rough. It is kind of a problem. I like the classes in Hexen as well. I do kind of feel like it... Let me just lower the music a bit now. I do kind of feel like the classes stretch the weapons a little thin. But the levels are pretty neat visually, like in Heretic. I did play through Hexen with the mage, because the mage has the railgun wand, which is like this, except the shots penetrate enemies, and it's got unlimited ammo. So it's a slow but reliable way to deal with large groups of enemies. There is an item in there which we want. I might be able to get it now, but let's not crouch. It's not just weapons that are different for the classes, also some items like the explosive flasks are different. Yes. The, I forget what the game calls them. Fletchets? I think. I think for the warrior, he throws them and they, Oh. Did you see the red axe there, which was fired by the skeleton ghost or whatever they're called? Skeleton knights. That was a magical axe. It deals like twice as much damage. They shoot them randomly. You can also see that the projectiles are a lot faster on this difficulty, and I can't see where they are. There we go. Okay. Huh. Tome of power. Ow. There we go. Yeah, the warrior throws the fletchets like grenades. Sorry, let me finish my thought. The mage, I think, drops them on the ground as like a time bomb. Like the time bombs of the ancients in this game. And the priest drops them or throws them and they bounce a little, and I think they release a cloud of gas, which is very good for stun blocking enemies. So, hello, welcome, welcome. Armor gain is also different for the different types of pickups. Yes, I think like the magic gauntlets or the braces of dragon skin braces or something, I think they're called, give more armor for a mage, whereas the warrior gets more from like a shield. There's a lot of interesting mechanics in Hexen. It's just, I've watched a video of someone who really likes Hexen, and kudos for them. There is a lot to like in it, but the beginning hub and like half of the second hub is just a really rough way to introduce people to the game. I think, anyway. Cleric is considered to be a powerhouse in the 3 classes. Yes, I think they also get the best ultimate weapon. It's the I forget what it's called. It's the staff which shoots all the ghosts which home in on the enemies. The mage gets, I think it's called like the Blood Scourge or something. It fires like 3 projectiles which in a shotgun blast in front of you. The warrior gets Quietus, I think it is, a sword which fires a green energy bolt. Getting the ultimate weapons is interesting because you have to pick up 3 separate parts to it, and the game remembers them between levels. You have to find them hidden in the levels beforehand, or it will just give it to you, I think, in one of the much later levels, in case you miss them. Go. Okay, I think this will crush me. Well, it might crush me. And here's our chain gun. People who know will begin to wince because of the sound. The Dragon Claw Gauntlet. It's pretty noisy. Though it is a hit scan. And it's a magical attack. And the weapon, the image of him holding it, Corvus holding it, always looked odd. It's like, I guess it's like a brass knuckle or something. It's on the enemy's head. Oh. You'll see here that the weapons we have so far all take different ammunition. The staff takes these little yellow gems, or the wand. The crossbow takes these crossbow bolts, and the I don't know, dragon fist gauntlet or whatever it's called. What's it called? Dragon Claw takes these blue orbs. Blow up those. Nice arm here. Yeah. I think for a while I was confused as to what you're actually looking at there. It's just like some kind of fleshy stump with the gauntlet on the end. Doesn't look like an arm. You can see the thumb down in the bottom right, but eh. Oh, hang on, let me just check back. Okay. You remember the game when you were a kid? You kind of liked it, but there was just too many to do on your list to prioritize Heretic higher. There were a few more FPS, including Duke Nukem. They look like golems, but turns out they're not. The fleshy things? Yeah, they're golems. I think they're called flesh golems. Like these are imps. The guys which go, oh, ow. Flesh golems, I believe. They have a soul pop out of them and they split in half when you kill them. These dudes. Ow. Sometimes they drop one demo, which is very nice. Of the Tome of Power. Most time you can hear the soundtrack, you don't record the demos having music. I never actually played the demo of this, so I don't remember. I wouldn't know if it came with music or not. We need to hold on to that. Well, probably not actually. The first episode's not going to be too bad. I will agree that one of the things that Heretic gets a bit later on is a bit sloggy, just because there's so many enemies. And the game likes these monster closets popping up around you to ambush you with enemies. And using boss monsters as more common enemies. Quartz flasks are in Hexen. Ah, yes, the purple flasks we're picking up. They're the ones which we could use. We have in our inventory. I think they heal 20 hit points or something. We also have a torch here, which does what you'd think. It lights the area up like a pair of night vision goggles. Oh, hello. Ah, want to get that. No, not that way. I want to go this way. I need to go back through there. Hello? I guess that's just the dude out there now. Where are you? Let me get rid of you. There you are. Okay. No? Hang on. Over here. Right. Sorry. I went the wrong way. I think Heretic levels are also quite structured in the key progression. You get yellow key, then green key, then blue key. And it always progresses through levels that way. We got a neat item, Wings of Wrath. That lets us fly for a period of time. There we go. Now I'm gonna have to search for some of the secrets. I don't remember where they all are. we need to go back out here. Do you smell an ambush? Ow! How many hits do you take? Jeez. No grunt noises, how I've missed you. Right, we have to go over here. The wand behaves the same as the pistol in Doom as well. If you pause between each shot, the projectile is always 100% accurate. Okay, we missed some secrets. 4 of them. Here we go. There's some time bombs of the ancients. They're... well, it's what it sounds like. They're hourglasses you put on the ground, and after a little while they explode. They're not very useful. They don't deal that much damage, and you tend to be moving around too much, I find, for them to really be that useful. I guess you could put them in front of a doorway the enemy are going towards, but when's the Necromancer Gauntlets only run? Maybe? You did like a medieval and you heard Wizardom was good. Yeah, I liked the medieval. It was pretty good. I think there's an expansion out for it. I don't remember too much of a medieval. I did like it as much as I liked Dusk. But it was an enjoyable experience. Wizardom's pretty good too. I played the demo of that. Haven't played the full version of it though. That's a lot more like Cataclysm 3D is what it takes as inspiration. I guess you can say Wolfenstein 3D as well, but more Cataclysm. Let me see. We picked up a map so I could see where all the items are, all the hidden walls are. Secret rooms. There we go. There we go. Very rude. We picked up a shadow orb, I think? Yes. I think the first time I played this, I didn't really realize what the shadow orb did. I thought it was like the invisibility orb in Doom, but it's more than that. It makes you ethereal, like the monsters, so only magical attacks can hurt you. Okay, over there, I think. Which makes one of the secret levels a lot easier. No. That's all the secrets and all the enemies. There we go. The gatehouse. Level 3. No, it's not the same, but sounds like ballroom. I don't know what that is, sorry. Oh! We've got the alternate type of imp. That one over there, which is chucking little fireballs at me. It looks exactly the same, but it is a different type of imp. I think it might just be called a fire imp or something. Or is it an Ifrit? I think that's only in Heretic 2. Or in Hexen, sorry, they're called Ifrits. Yeah, they look like a normal imp, except they shoot fireballs. Instead of charging at you and clawing your face. That's another little... a bit of a downside to Heretic. There are enemy alternates in this, but they look exactly the same as the common ones. For the most part. There are alternate golems, flesh golems, called pyro golems, I think. And they look exactly the same. They have more hit points. And they do more than that, but... I like that they do the Lost Souls thing of you hit them once and they just float backwards slowly. And you. There we go. It's like Echelon series, an old school style turn-based RPG. Isometric looks like Age of Wonders. Oh, okay. Is this a Nitro Golem? No. Just a normal Golem. There's also... or is it a Ghost Golem? Can't tell if it's slightly transparent or not. There are ghost variations of some of the enemies. Or ethereal versions, I guess. Which means their physical attacks go through them. I think it was just the lighting. Go. Ah. No ambushes. Ow. Ow. My health. Those red axes really hurt. It's nice playing a game where I don't immediately die when I poke my head around a corner. I do like blood. But boy, is it difficult. You're going to ask if they do more damage and have better defense, but the durability can't be repaired. What's that? That's Diablo 2, like the crystal weapons or something like that. Okay, French scars. French meat was fairer than the map pack I played before that. As I said then, it's also partly just my stubbornness for playing on Well Done. Which is probably above my level of skill, but I don't mind reloading a lot. I'll get through it eventually. Ow! Ow! That was like 50 hit points or something. Oh, you... Spawning enemies behind you. Okay. I have to see whether there's fan map packs for Heretic. There's a morph ovum. It's like a... well, I guess I could show it off. I don't think I used them too much in my first playthrough of this. Okay. Over here. When I get to a suitable group of enemies. No, it's not along there. Hmm. Oh, hang on. Isn't that the way down to a secret level? Yeah. That opens up somewhere else. I forget how. Do you have to listen to an opening or something? Or you go towards the exit for the level and it opens up then or something. Ow. Or maybe that way. Or am I thinking of a different level? Just drop down here. Well, I hit one of them. Morph over. It turns the enemies hit by it into a chicken. I believe they can still hurt you. You'll see that the chicken's actually chasing me around a little bit. They try and peck you, I think. Yeah. I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. But you can kill them in one hit, so. How am I supposed to get over there? It's one of these. There we go. Hello? There's an imp somewhere. There you are. Okay. Well, I did all that. I guess I got... Did I have the yellow key beforehand? Yes, I did, because that was the yellow door there. Okay, we can go out here. Here's another feature in Heretic. A tide, or a current. The water is pushing me back. This is where the morph over would have been useful. The current's pushing my crossbow bolts down. How it works, I don't know, but... Anyone know Chasm the Rift? I know of it, I haven't played it. It's apparently quite an impressive game. Like, it looks like Quake, but it's 2D, and it's... Or, not 2D, but it's like... It's kind of like Doom with how it does levels, but it manages to mix things up enough that it's not really apparent. And I think it's got locational damage in it as well. How do I get the green? Hey, not over here? What was all that for? Oh, that was just a secret. Okay, never mind. Go through here. Another torch. Did I press that? I did. It just goes back around. Okay, it must be up here. There it is. Hello, enemy. They love putting enemies behind the doors for the exit. Oh, there's a ghost enemy. The ghost skeletal knight. These guys are nasty. They fire only the red axes. And they can only be hit by magical attacks. So these, this, the central bolt of this, these other things which we'll have later on, but that's all for the moment. I think that's everything. There we go. The guard tower. You try to recall one FPS. It was a Chinese Asian district with those typical street lanterns, and maybe there were blades like katanas, but it wasn't Daikatana. Do you mean Shadow Warrior? That's the main one I can think of like that. That was on the build engine. That's a pretty good game. I think it's my favorite after Blood of the build engine games. The original Shadow Warrior, there was like a remake of it in 2012, I think, or something. Any FPS you know with the katana is Shadow Warrior. Daikatana does have a... well, hence the name. They sworded it. I have not played that. I don't intend to play that. I've been warned away from it, and I've seen playthroughs of it. It's a game. Who did I see not too long ago playing it? I think it was it Kikoskia? I think it was. He had it as a subscription or a channel follow goal or something like that. Hey, good for him. Geez, that guy's been doing it for making videos for first person I watched for Let's Plays. All the way back in like 2007 or something. Daikatana is not an FPS, it's a game where you hang out with your bro Superfly. This is true, though they keep... He keeps trying not to. It's like he doesn't want to hang out with you. With how they get stuck onto terrain everywhere. He just can't go on if they die. That's true friendship then. I think. Just one of those games which is just not very good. Like Blood 2, I believe. I don't plan on playing Blood 2. There's some games which I'm happy just watching other people talk about them in a video and I'll be like, ah yes. I feel like I've experienced it. Like I've played it myself. But the fact that I can, like, I get the brief summarized version of it. Well, I did play through all of Heretic Rampage. That game's alright. I think it's just kind of tedious. Not tedious, boring, I guess. Doesn't really do anything hugely impressive. Still better than Tech War. Another game I'm not going to play. It would be interesting to see whether people could take Tech War and actually, like, make it as it was supposed to be. Or as people's visions for it was supposed to be. There's a Nitro Golem. They flash on fire and they shoot a screaming, flaming skeleton. Koski has been playing the Game Boy version of Daikatana 2, which is a top-down thing. That has to be better than the 3D version. I imagine they had a different company making it. Heretic Rampage is flawed by the key design. You love the setting, quite unique. Yeah, I like the levels in it. As confusing as they can be. The fact that the keys all look the same is a pain, and they really shouldn't have done that. And I just feel the weapons could have been more interesting as well. More enemy variety as well. But, yeah. Aside from these things, which I feel like coming up with some new weapons for it wouldn't be too difficult. Changing enemies up would be harder. Maybe making some of them act like blood enemies, where they like throw TNT at you. I don't think any enemies do that, because so many of them are hit scanners. You got the old coots with their pistols. You've got the Billy Rays, I think, with their shotguns. And there's the policeman guys which show up occasionally. And they have dual pistols. You have the aliens with some machine guns. There's too many hit scanners in it. Because you end up just sort of reacting to them all the same. Take damage and die behind cover. But I do think some of the, like, real-world recreations, not real-world, but, you know, like, realistic environments created in the build engine, Redneck Rampage has got some of the better ones in it. Don't play it with a cuss pack. Or if you do, don't play the whole thing with that. I didn't. It would get very old quite quickly. Because they just keep yammering. Has the worst shotgun ever. Oh, yeah. I don't even remember it. Has been a bit since I played through Redneck Rampage. You could just give it the shotgun from Blood. That would work well enough. I mean, it's a sawed-off. Also, maybe making the food and drink system in Redneck Rampage function a bit differently. Yes, it's got a food and drink system. You drink alcohol to regain your health. But then you need to eat food, which also regains your health, to offset the alcohol, otherwise you get drunk. It's not a huge problem, I found. As long as you don't go downing, like, 6-pack of beer or, like, 2 bottles of whiskey in a go. But that's how it works. Where am I going? Okay, so I went through here. Hang on. So I went up this. Down here. Here we go. Let's see. Need to go up to the top of the tower. And I believe up there... Yep, here we go. We see these enemies for the first time. Disciples of Desparal. Ow. 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 Mage guys which shoot a blast of magic at you. They also flicker in and out of phase. They're like becoming ethereal every now and then when they're shooting. So sometimes your physical attacks will go through them. I didn't get all the secrets. There's only one secret and I missed it. Where was that? What? First death. Nitro Golem killed me. I've only got 2 hit points. Okay. So let me try and use these. I didn't see it blow up. Did it hurt any of them? I couldn't tell. That's not the secret. Where is the secret here? Hmm. No? Oh, hang on. Isn't it in one of the houses? There's... I think there's a elevator or something in one of the houses. Hmm. Oh, hang on. I think I see it. There we go. The wall was different. They do a pretty good job of making the secret areas stand out somehow. It's why I'm always checking areas which have flashing lights and so on. Ow! Damn it. Okay, never mind. Let's go try that again. With less getting hit. No, you don't. Hey, where's the golem? Did I get him? Still 3 enemies somewhere in the level. That was the secret. Did they go through the portal? No, because it wasn't two-way. Probably Shadow Warrior then. That would be my guess. I don't really know of another game like that off the top of my head. Where are these 3 enemies? Around here? I mean, that's just back down here. Oh well, whatever. Nothing here. The first mission was set in nighttime. You watched the walkthrough and pretty much looked like your foggy memories. Yeah, the first level you start off in your dojo and some guys jump through the window and you have to deal with them, and then you jump out into the streets. Don't remember whether it takes place at nighttime. Hello, welcome Lothar. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for your resubscription. 34 months, man. Thank you very much for your continued support. Ah, 3 enemies missed. Whatever. I don't know. I got all the secrets. Ah! People might note that I have, I just died, shrieked to death by a nitro golem. That I think, muddling around with the settings, I've turned on the Twitch point system, though I've modified it a bit. Because I still want to stand by my thing of not having anything on screen. And I wouldn't go expecting anything like audio clips to be played or something. I don't know. Perhaps I could be persuaded enough about that, but we would be able to accrue. I went with chips. Ho-ho puns. I guess as a robot, they would keep me going. Ah, damn it. But I know a lot of people just like lurking and all, which is perfectly fine. Ow, ow. So I guess the way I have it set up, you can spend it to get like some of the emotes which you get, which I made. The subscriptions and so on. Not much. The bits things are still there, but because one of those puts like confetti on screen. I put them all at 10,000 bits. So I guess if someone wanted to spend $100 on something like that, then they earned the privilege of giving Twitch money. And me by proxy. I don't know, man. I don't know how it all works. Maybe some audio clip triggers. You try to keep the stuff to a minimum too, but viewers like it. Yeah, I know. There's like a... I've seen it in other channels, and I understand, and I take part in the enjoyment of having little silly audio clips play at certain moments. But I don't know. I get a bit bloody-minded sometimes. Okay, we managed to deal with all of that. As I said, if enough people wanted it, they'd probably end up having it. I would probably draw the line at having chat on screen. Maybe. This is how someone erodes away at their values. Maybe I should stop holding myself to such a precious level. Rolls my eyes. Like maybe if chat just appeared on screen briefly when messages appeared. But it wasn't like a permanent fixture. I don't mean to drag everyone into all this. I should be the one figuring all this stuff out, but I guess people are viewers, so they should have a say. There we go. Chat on screen is very annoying, especially the one that never decays. You see, I take a lot of what I do for streams from some people which I watch, namely Vinny Vinesauce and Joel, and they don't have anything on screen. So I thought, oh, I'll do the same, because I want it to be about the game, not necessarily about me. Even though you've got me yammering over the top of the audio. So, people are free to do it how they want. I don't have a problem with how other people conduct their streams. This is all just my personal choice. I can hear another one of those disciples as a sparrow around. Okay, I think that raised the stairways. Nitro golem in the hallway. Mean. That's not as mean as Heretic gets. We haven't seen anything yet. That's another thing I like about Heretic. You can kind of see what... Ow, jump. What the developers are thinking with enemy placement every now and then. which is something I enjoy. It's like trying to read what the developers are thinking. And are they able to anticipate what the player would do at certain points? I like that in any game. They're like, okay, so you're going to go down the corridor, this door's going to open, and these enemies are going to come out. So the player is naturally going to try and retreat. So we're going to make these enemies appear behind you. So then you're going to try and go into this alcove, but there's going to be one enemy there which has been walking up that corridor, which is going to block you. Nope, hold on. Well, this is where I'd be glad if I had some of the later weapons, like the rocket launcher. Oh look, I didn't realize that the fire imps could infight. I was going to say that the normal imps can infight with the fire imps, but I didn't realize that two fire imps could infight with each other. Right, no more crossbow. Okay, good. It's fine for TV users and lurkers, but you got mostly an active community or chats that would be pointless, and it kind of overlay kills the immersion. Yeah, like, again, I'm fine with other people if other people want to do that, but I don't really want to have an overlay. Maybe if what I was streaming wasn't 4x3. Like, I see people do things with, like, if they stream Pokemon, they have, like, their team up on the sides. And I'm kind of okay with that, because it's serving a purpose other than... Or, let me just counter what I just said, if it was to show off artwork people had done, then that would be fine. Damn it. You're supposed to be fighting me. What are you doing all the way over there? Nitro Golem out of nowhere. There we go. I think there was some more imps over there. No? There we go. Ow! Oh, damn it. I have health files. Why aren't I using them? If I might need them. I could do like vampires in Discworld. What's it called? Otto von Schreck, the photographer, where because vampires are sensitive to light, he has a vial of blood around his neck. So whenever he takes a photograph, the flash causes him to disintegrate. But then the vial around his neck falls to the ground and onto his ashes, and it resurrects him. So my health potions can do the same. Though I guess they're health potions, they're not resurrection potions. Damn. Dedicated to his craft? Yes. Ah! He really likes being a photographer. The flashes for his camera are, I think they're salamanders. So they like create a flash of sunlight. Which is why it disintegrates him. I think it's a photographer for the watch. Or is he for the newspaper? I can't remember whether he takes photographs for the newspaper or for forensics. Anyway. Come on, you. There we go. I have to say, I did enjoy playing through those Discord games a while back. And if you haven't played Discord Noir, I can highly recommend it. It's very good. Even if you don't particularly... Even if you don't read Discworld, it's a fun adventure game. They're quite a bit better than the other two because it's telling its own story more, rather than being a retelling of some of the books. Ah! I just copied Corvus there. Where was that? Right, the other side. Somewhere around here. Okay, here we go. No, where'd you go? There we go. Yeah, you can use torches. The screen even goes green a bit, like the night vision goggles. Again, it's really just what they are. Bag of holding is like the ammo backpack. Increases the amount of ammunition you can carry. Though we've already picked up one, so I think it just gives some extra ammo then? Ooh, there's a ring over there. I want that. Ring of invincibility. Where's the skeleton? Down there? Down there. Jerk. Let me go back and get you. There we go. Okay, now we need to go over to the other side. No, hang on. Over here. Oh, ow! How long have you been up here? Can I get the nitro golem? Ow. How many hit points did I have then? Just all cleaved off. I need to go in here. I went into one on the other side. Okay, let's see. How do I get the Ring of Invincibility? That is on the other side. How do I get over there again? This way. Okay, so it's up there. think I take that teleporter. No, no, I don't. I go up from there. Okay. I'll try and do it without jumping, just so that you see how you're supposed to do it. There we go. Ring of Invincibility. What it sounds like. It's invincibility, but you get to choose when to use it. Where's that nitro golem? Oh, that golem I can hear. Yeah, whatever. I'm getting all secrets, not killing all enemies. I have already done that. That's probably you. Right. They're, those home. I was thinking I was... And there's you. Okay. I was thinking I was... like... I was doing a bad job of dodging them. I forgot that they home in on you. Okay. There we go. Smashed by a golem. Heading off to bed? Well, thank you for joining, Kibbits. Hope you have a good rest. And have a break from writing your walkthroughs. Oh, if you have a link to it, I'll read it myself. Damn it. Might have gone. Oh well. Be interesting to see what details there are in Sacred, which I didn't know about. If you don't know, Sacred is an ARPG, which I kind of like. It's a complicated relationship. It's a game like Diablo 2. Quite a flexible character creation system in it. A lot of items. And you can kind of build your character around pretty much anything. But it is quite repetitive. There are quite a few classes in it though. But the repetitive comes back, and you tend to be using like 2 or 3 abilities out of all the ones you have. Just dumb. Map scroll. Silver shield. Energy orb. There's also Sacred 2, which is pretty much like the first game, except in 3D. It's got less classes. They've both got wide open worlds to explore, which is pretty neat. But hold on. Okay. But again, you're just like fighting every foot of the way wherever you want to go. So it's almost like the 7 Days to Die Church. I haven't played that game, so I don't know. Sorry. Is that that's the zombie survival game where you can like deconstruct buildings and make your own fortifications and so on in it, isn't it? It's got like randomly generated environments when you start a level. Yes, right. It's been out for ages. No, I missed 2 secrets. Okay, we're going back to find them. Let's see. Over there. So I remember people playing that like over a decade ago. Just one which is, I think, does it still get updates? I think so. Just a game which has gotten updates every now and then. Okay, there's one. Speaking of surprise updates for old games, there was a game which I played on my own ages back called StarMade, which came out around the time when that sort of like voxel Minecraft buildy type games first really appeared, and you know, like when Terraria was released and so on. And so StarMade came out a little bit after that, I think. It's a space game where you build spaceships out of blocks like in Minecraft, and I was surprised to see that still getting updates every now and then. I think it had gone into hiatus for quite a while, but it had gotten some updates recently. I remember having some fun with others building some ships in it. It has a neat system for like adding blocks of power to your ship, and that determines how many weapons you can have and so on. And your shields. Hang on. Up there. I don't know if I'd recommend StarMade. Really. I don't know what it's... There we go. That's everything. What it's like now. It's been probably over a decade since I've really played it since, so... But yeah, it's fun to make ships out of blocks and fly them around and strip empty star bases for parts. one cathedral that has basement coffers and whatnot. But it came out of beta finally. Ready to play sci-fi space games, but like Cosmoteer, where you build ships you can share with others and import. Okay. I think the better game for that kind of thing, building ships and so on, is Space Engineers, if you want that, rather than StarMade. That came out with a sequel recently, but I think the original Space Engineers is still better. A YouTuber I like watching occasionally called Captain Shack does quite a few series on Space Engineers. That's also got destructible elements in it, so you can ram two ships into each other and they all warp and can get split in half, which is pretty neat. I think there's planets in it as well now. I don't remember. I don't know if they're like present in the game or they're like a separate map. I think you can fly to them now. Starmade's still being updated, watching the teaser right now. Again, I don't think I would recommend it. I don't remember it being much more than just sort of Minecraft in space, and even that was really just creative mode. But, yeah. It was novel at the time. If you wanted to build spaceships, but you couldn't do that because in Minecraft, so it was a game where you could do that. Hello. Takes a while to swap your weapons over in this. Maybe he has to put the gauntlet on. Okay. I don't remember whether there is jumping in Heretic or not. Let me have a look. Right. Yeah. No. You're not supposed to be able to jump in Heretic. Oh no. What happened? Okay. Nothing. Just the player had a problem. Don't mind me. I have the Twitch thingy up, so I can keep an eye on it. I think the levels where Heretic really gets very mean is in the expansion for this. I forget what the expansion is called. It's like an extra 3 episodes. And it's just the developers going, you finished the main game. Really? You finished the main game, did you? Okay, very well. You know what to expect. So we're going to have levels where we throw 2 Molotovs at you. And like 6 iron liches. Which we haven't seen those yet. Oh boy. They're fun. Sarcastically and not. I don't remember the first level you see Iron Liches in this. I think it's one of the last ones for the first episode. Hello, there's still someone there. Okay. Oh, you found the secret, did you? Yeah. Think you're pretty clever. Get punched in the face by some golems. Ah. There we go. Don't think you'd play it anyway and you hate building unless it'd be a prefab like in 7 Days to Die, so I created existing buildings. Yeah, it takes quite a while to build things in it. Because you gotta start from scratch, so gotta place every single block. Which sometimes in the past I have gotten into the mood to just build something stupidly huge in Minecraft, and you just stick with the task over a few days. But not at the moment. I haven't felt so compelled. Stellaris looks cool, but again, not your niche. Already tried Civ Beyond Earth, and you find UFO Enemy Unknown way more interesting. UFO Enemy Unknown is a very good game. I quite like it as well. Terror from the Deep's pretty good too. It's sort of just more of the same, though underwater. I've been playing quite a bit of Stellaris in my spare time. It's, I quite like it. It's been a slow process of me learning how it works. The factions maybe play a bit similar. A bit more similar to each other than I'd like in it. But there is quite a few different ways you can make them have like different goals and so on. So, terror from the demon bullshit though. Wow. Also, hello, welcome. I need to play through both of those. I haven't done so on stream. Actually, I haven't played through them on my own either. I did look at that Warhammer 40k mod for UFO Enemy Unknown. XCOM, the original XCOM. But then I inspired Griffin God to have a look at it, and he did a better playthrough of it than I would have been able to, ever been able to. So it was enjoyable to watch him play through that. That's your answer to Subnautica. What? That's it's bullshit. I haven't played Subnautica. Is it a problem with the deep ocean? Because I know some people have a fear of that. I don't think I do. So I don't believe I do. I haven't really been in super deep ocean. No. There we go. 2 out of 8 secrets. Have I tried Distant Worlds? No, I haven't. It doesn't sound familiar. Or it sounds vaguely familiar. But I don't have an image in my head of what it is. Warhammer 40k is the biggest UFO mod, even bigger than XCOM Files. There were some good mods. I think I saw a good playthrough of XCOM Files too. And the other one, X-Pirates, which is a very expansive mod. Terror from the Deep is BS because you have to spend the first 10 minutes just opening and closing the door and whatever the fucking dropship is called or your squad wipes. I know some of the enemies in that can be really tough. The Lobstermen, I think they have a lot of armor. Let's see. We got the green key. Hello? Ah, over there. I forget what other enemies are in Terror from the Deep. That's like Chrysalid equivalents. Sectoids equivalents and so on. I know also in Terror of the Deep it introduces the 2-stage missions, which I know people find to be a bit much. Particularly the tanker or whatever, because you got to go through the top deck and then you got to go through the bottom deck, and it's just like, Okay, now what did that do? Ah, that's the exit. Okay, but I don't want to go that way just yet. We've only found 2 out of 8 secrets. It's probably one in here somewhere. Hmm. Okay, that's back there. Oh, hang on. Is there something here? Nope. Distant worlds is still ours, but not bland. Recently, you've been watching the Great War of the World mod, inspired by H.G. Wells' novel. Also cool despite you saying made to World War One. Huh, interesting. Yeah, that's a interesting setting to base a mod off of. Okay, there's a secret. It's also up there. How do I get there? But without jumping. Don't remember. It's not a button on one of these. Do I have to teleport in there? No. It's the case of the developers knowing exactly what you're going to do. Oh, there's a secret here. Maybe there's one on the other side. Oh, frick. There's a nitro golem. Those big guys in Terror from the Deep. Oh, yeah, right. The tentacle dudes. Are they like psychic guys, or are they like the chrysalids? Okay, that lowers that. But I want to know how to get up there. I think I did use a walkthrough for finding some of these secrets first time. I think there's one in here, isn't there? Right, that opened up this. That goes to there. Hello. Right. This is the secret exit over here, which I was thinking was in one of the earlier levels. Because I think this opens up only once you get access to the exit of the level. Oh. Did I get you? No, I did. There we go. Oh, pardon me. You're interested in Nuclear World, a Fallout-inspired mod. For enemy unknown? Ow, ow, ow! Ow. No more aliens, only mutants. I see people playing, I think it's, Fallout mod for Crusader Kings 3 or one of those games or something like that. One of the games where you move armies between different regions and try to conquer territory. I've never been particularly interested in those games myself. I prefer a little bit more visual action. But it's neat. Yeah, interesting making a... Oh, pardon me. Making a Fallout mod for XCOM. It's something which I kind of wish... I played Syndicate, the original one, a little bit ago, and that was a pretty good game. Though I felt like it had tried to... it had tried to do similar to what XCOM did, but it didn't get that far. Because you were taking over the world, but there was no, like... The other factions didn't do anything. You would have rebellions in your province, in your regions every now and then, depending on taxes, but that was just replay the mission. So... Paradox is cool games, but the learning curve is steep. Yeah, Crusader Kings 3 and, I guess the Hearts of Iron series have never particularly interested me. I don't know if Hearts of Iron 4 is made by Paradox, but, or published by them, but those types of games are a bit beyond what I find interesting. Total War I like. Again, it's mostly because it's got like a real-time strategy aspect to it, instead of just like moving armies of units represented by a flag into different provinces and watching numbers move. I know there's more to it than that, but you know, you have to like base it on army composition and so on, and draw forces for different provinces and so on. But I like to see units shoot each other. How do I get over there? Let me have a look. Gonna have to look this up. Heretic game. What level is this? E1M6. Okay, here we go. We just have a look at the map. Right, yeah, there's secrets behind each of those 4 stained glass windows. The floor must raise up from somewhere. Enter the second chamber that opens when you get the above secret for another credit. Yep, in the room with many stained glass windows, open the windows to the north. One of the windows to the north is a fake wall. Okay. Noted by hanging skulls. No, that's in... Not in this room. That's in the later one. I think. Okay. Well, we can go back there because there's this... There is a secret which has got the map, which I didn't get, so... I need to go... there. This one, but I went in here. Let's go teleport, which leads back here. Maybe I got the map. Majesty series was easy to learn and more fun. Someone is making a spiritual successor. Lesaria Fantasy Kingdom Sim. Okay. Don't think I've played the Majesty series. There was Age of Wonders 4 was pretty enjoyable. I played a bit of that. That's like well, Age of Wonders, the older ones. So I do find some of those games end up with a bit too many like neutral mobs roaming around the world. In the northwest corner of the room's many stained glass windows, there's a secret door concealing a map scroll. Hey. Let's see, tick them off. Start the level, turn around to get the gauntlets as a necromancer. Yes, we got that. That's this one over here. Enter the second chamber that opens when you get the above secret. That's the one with the enemy in it. We got that. In the room with many stained glass windows. Okay, we go back there. We're in checking them off territory. Okay. One of the windows to the north is a fake wall. Yeah, this one. The enemies are shooting through. The sides of it are marked by hanging skulls. Pass through it to collect determined power. also accessible by teleport. In the room is many windows. One of the windows to the south is a secret door. That's this one. Containing a map scroll. No, hang on. Yep, we got time bombs of the agents. In the northwest corner of the room. So over here. Here we go. Okay. In the graveyard. Just get back there. There's a demon's face on the wall. Which I think we... No, hang on. It's at the back here, isn't it? Well, that's that one. No, hang on. In here. I know this. Right, I want to go... Well, not that way. Here. There we go, Shadow Sphere. So what about those other items in that other room? Like up there? Because you can't jump in the base game. There's rooms behind them. Is there like a teleporter which you go through? Oh well. There must be a teleporter which opens up, or a teleporter which cycles through them. Because again, you can't jump in base. Heretic. Okay, we're not taking that one. We're taking the secret exit, which is... through there. How do I get up there? Ah. This way. Then we go over here. You need to go through here. So this area opens up once you step off the platform where the teleporter is for the proper end of the level. I have missed some enemies. Oh well. The graveyard. Now remember, this is... I was saying that this can be made a lot easier with the Shadow Sphere. Because it's full of ghosts. But if you use this, their shots go right through you. I thought the red axes count as magical. I guess they count as physical. But they deal more damage. But because the Shadow Sphere makes you ethereal, their red axes just go right through you. Which is really useful, because they're very deadly. There we go. I think I had a lot harder time with that the first time around. But I didn't realize the shadow sphere makes you ethereal. Ethereal? I always get those mixed up. Don't worry though, we've got nitro golems still. Ghostly nitro golems. Well, some of them anyway. There it is. We didn't see the ult fire of the Dragon Claw with the Tome of Power. It, I think it makes the shots physical, and it makes them not hit scan, but they travel, hit a surface, and explode, and they send out a bunch of shards. It's like a little ice shard break, kind of like the, think like the icicle thing in Hexen. Ice magic in Hexen. Can that get overcharged in that? I don't remember. Oh. So much blood. Is that for the axes? We are playing this in GZ too. Though it's not a brutal heretic or anything like that. If such a thing exists. The oldie rippeth and teareth. Ow. Ow. I'll just go in there. That doesn't help. Just stick to this. The little imps can get hit by the nitro golems shots and help me deal with some of them. There we go. Majesty is an RTS. Your heroes are controlled by AI, and you missed that feature in game dev. Quite unique. Huh, okay. So, like, they've got their own personalities, I guess. Do they act differently based on, like, personality traits or something, or? Ah, that opened up a thing in the center. Okay, let's see. Yeah, right, we got the green gem. Go to the green door. Idiot. Have I seen gameplay of Majesty? I'm just asking myself a question. Give me a moment and I'll look up a screenshot. Okay, let me see. Majesty the Fantasy Kingdom sim. Hmm. Looks like there's a remake or something with the same name. Uh. I might have been thinking of another game. Maybe. I think there's another game which is a similar premise which I might have seen a bit of gameplay of. There are guilds, they buy weapons, armor, potions, hunt bounties, you put the flags on certain monsters, enemy buildings to destroy areas to explore the map. There's also a remake, but not even close to the OG. Majesty 2. The good thing is you can play as an evil faction, which wasn't a thing back in M1. That's always enjoyable. Getting to play as, like, the necromancers with hordes of skeletons. I think there was some game where you had, like, it's kind of like a kingdom management game as well. I can't really remember specifics though. I don't think it was Majesty. There we go. What's down here? Is there a button? Oh, well, excuse me. How do I open that? Might be a button on one of the pillars. Yep. Ah. I'll be with you in a moment. I just have to find these buttons. then I shall shoot you with my wand. Maybe that opened up another one up here. Calm down. Hello. Goodbye. Ah, look. More of them ghost skeleton knights. You know what? No. You get to see the old fire of the, Actually, it is. Oh no, it's shooting a projectile. It's a fast projectile. Actually, yes, it's not hit scan, it shoots a projectile. That's what I was getting at. Oh, sorry, itchy nose. Another game I should have a look at some point is Myth 1 and 2. I understand those are rather difficult to get working. Okay. Button. Ow. Please evacuate the premises as fast as possible. Ow. They're the ones made by, Bungie. Haven't heard that name in a while. I remember the, videos, Mandalore, a YouTuber. I like watching for videos on, some games did a while back. How does this open? There we go. Is that everything? No, I'm missing a secret. What got me to play through Marathon Marathon series, which that was enjoyable. I don't know what the heck's going on with Marathon, the more recent Marathon. Probably best not to know. It seems like a confused game development. But the original three are pretty good. If you like these older style FPS games, it's they're quite playable. Some of the levels are a bit confusing and, you know, maze-like. Over there. But they're pretty neat. There we go. Okay, that's everything. The crypts. What level are we up to? E1M7. How many levels are there in the first episode? There's one more after this. Okay. I think we'll leave that there for tonight, and we'll continue with Heretic next time. I think. I kind of feel like playing more of it, so... We'll play some more Heretic. Again, I don't know whether this will be a full playthrough of it. I've already done that. Like 5 years ago. But it's a game I like, so I felt like playing some more. And you got to take it along for the journey. Along for the journey, even if you don't like it. Whether you like it or not. Yeah. Until next time, I thank you very much for joining. I hope you join me there.